All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Wayne William Snellgrove, Southern Tribe Fishing Lake First Nation, Saskatchewan, Canada, Treaty 4 territory. I go by two names, two other names, Kanipa Makwa, which is given to me directly by my Soto elders, and I also go by Morning Eagle too, which is given to me by my elder who I've been swimming with for 30 years, Tony Stonehawk, and he is Nanticoke out of Delaware. So, good morning. Welcome to the weekend. Welcome to this beautiful, beautiful day. The sun is out. I think spring is springing right now, and feeling a little change in the wind this morning. So yeah, today's a good day, man. I got up. I just really felt good. Really felt happy. Really felt excited and excited for this thing called life. Really just had a really beautiful day yesterday. We had a beautiful podcast, yesterday. It just went really well. Sorry. Here's the Weather with Tom. That's the name of the podcast. It's on my wall, both walls actually. So if you want to go ahead and kind of take a look at that. I just really when the hollow bones, I'll talk more about that in a minute, but when the hollow bones really flows, it puts all of us into that beautiful, really special and sacred place, So again, really honored to be part of that podcast yesterday. Let's begin in the usual way. If you got any smudge out there, got Grandfather Tony always says the more smudge pots in the circle, the healthier the circle, and that makes sense. So let's get a lot of smudge out there, and I was talking to him, talking to Tony. I talk to him a couple times a week. I just check in. He's getting in his late 80s, early 90s now, and so try to touch base with him, as much as I can. When we first started doing these morning virtual kind of online things, I said, man, I told him, man, I just I don't know if they feel the smudge, and he just kind of shakes his head and said, well, yeah. He goes, have you ever heard of the unseen world, Wayne? I'm going, yeah, okay, all right, okay, Tony, thank you. Kind of like, okay, all right, yeah, never mind. So, he's right, so this smudge is also seen and also unseen too, and that was a little beautiful reminder, for me. It is the smoke that connects us all, and it doesn't matter if it's seen or unseen, it just really connects us all. So, apparently I had a moment. So again, let's get that smudge going. Let's get a little, and again, we have to get a little pinch of tobacco going here. Really make that good offering. Begin with a good prayer. Actually, hold on. Yeah, let's begin with that. Hold on. A little technical difficulty. So let's begin with a good prayer. Get another pinch of tobacco. We'll have the eagle help us, guide us with his prayer, and help us deliver our prayer. A little pinch of tobacco goes a long way. Excuse me. Good morning, Great Spirit, Creator, Kichi Manitou, Megwitz, thank you. it was on to me. I love you. We love you. We come here in a good and beautiful way. Good, beautiful, humble, and sacred way. For we mean no, for we mean no harm in what we do. Come here today and we just said in humility and to honor you and to be that vessel for you. We come here to learn and listen more about you and the Spirit and how we can be better connected to you. Learn about your ways, your ancient sacred agreements and your ways which we forget about on a daily basis. So please forgive us. Please have pity on us. Sometimes we forget that we are sacred and we are holy. And we come here today in this circle to remind us that we are all sacred and holy. We are beautiful and we are enough. Some of those things, those spiritual unseen things that we come here to work on today is kindness, gentleness, compassion, courage, willingness. All these things which we fall short with on a daily basis. So again, we come here in a good way to celebrate life. That's why we're here. To celebrate life and to be a little better than we were yesterday. I hope. All right, excellent. All right, good prayer, good way to start the day. Good prayer. Question. Before we really start, we usually do a question of the day, and a couple people have been asking me, what I start my day with, what kind of prayer, and this morning it was thank you, just a thank you. Wake up, thank you. Thank you for life. We usually say in the morning prayers, I am grateful for my last breath, and I'm hopeful for my next. And we live in that moment of hope and truth for the next miracle, which is really the next breath. Really physically it's the next moment. So we really want to be in that beautiful moment. Celebrating everything that is beautiful, everything that is sacred, including us. So newcomers, welcome everyone. I feel a couple new people out there, so welcome to our circle, and now you are part of our circle. So welcome your family, welcome relatives. We start off with a couple of things, and usually what we start off with is recognition of a spiritual principle, indigenous spiritual principle called hollow bones. And hollow bones is the short definition. Is we are conduits of the Spirit, a conduit of that great love, that great kindness, that great gentleness to allow to flow through me this morning. Is just kind of and to you. So let me explain. So I volunteer to be of service to the Great Spirit, and I volunteer to be of service to you. So I am absolutely not leading this circle. I do not want to lead this circle. There's no hierarchy here. There's no spiritual hierarchy. We are just here in human. We are humans, and we're just trying to be a little better than we were yesterday. So that seems really manageable. So yeah, that's kind of it. I know I'm going to get it. I feel it. A couple people always said, I really need to hear this every morning, and it goes. I actually wrote it in the notes first time. I write notes before the live. If no one said they love you today, I love you very much. And so, let's go over. I got a nudge from above. So let's talk about love for a minute and what that really is and what I'm talking about when I say that I love you. In the colonial world, it's kind of, especially when we say it to a female as a male, there's a threat there. There's some sort of sexual underlying tone, which means that I want something from you, and it usually involves some sort of lustful, thinking or act type thing, and that's not what I'm talking about. Love is not a business agreement, and we really come to a situation, a place where It really is. Like if I love you, then we've entered into an agreement where I give you something and you give me something, and that's not the way it works at all. What Spirit has guided me to learn, and what Grandfather Tony has taught me, is that when I say that I love you, I want the very best for you and nothing from you. I want health, a place of nurturing, a place of love, spiritual things, love, compassion, nurturing, gentleness, kindness. I want you to have and walk and share all these beautiful, beautiful things, and I don't want anything from you. That's the rub right there. But how it comes full circle is that you say that you love me too, kind of thing. And Wayne, when you say you love me, you want everything for me, health, compassion, courage, like all these things that I want to do. So it is that's the only way in which it is reciprocal type thing. So when I say that, um, I just especially if they come from a female, comes from colonial world and colonial thinking, I'm really gentle, with that word, because it's so sad. Love implies a threat in the colonial world, in the Western world. It implies a threat, especially if you're female. Especially if you're female. Oh God, I love you. Oh God, I can't wait to see you. That's kind of like, all right, that implies, something else. And really, that's not what I'm talking about here. Again, I just love you. I just want the very, very best for you, to walk in a good way, to walk in beauty, and that's so important that we say that, we acknowledge it, because it really sets the tone for an unselfish day. So that's a really, Spirit works with intent, and the intent is, I love you. That's just beautiful. So Hollow Bones, we covered the podcast, and so yeah, that is that's it. So we go over a couple books. I think we're just going to go over one today. We're going to go over the book that I have written, which is a direct result of the Hollow Bones. I am now working on my I've finished my fourth book right now, and working on editing my second book, which has already had a contract on it. So I'm really excited about that. A direct result of the Hollow Bones. This book is much more creator success than mine. So we are, there's a couple ways that we do this. Some days we go by the day, which is kind of like really linear, which is good, But some days, like today, we're just going to open it up, and we're just going to go over the meditation of today. And so I already did that. So with a friend before the show, and we are going to. I want to be able to see. Okay. Men of a certain age. Okay. So let's. And my friend in Eastern Europe does this. She says when she has a question from the Spirit, and I never thought about this until she said that. A question from the Spirit, saying, whatever that is. She would just kind of open up she would take the book and kind of open it up, and then her answer would be answered on that page. Did I say answer the answer? Okay. All right. Her answer would be found on that page which she turned to. So, anyway. And it worked again this morning. So let's put in, so let's talk about September 20th right here. It's just what way Spirit kind of guided us today. Also, the circle too. Just let me mention this. It kind of pinged me. So again, I'm not the medicine here. We are the medicine. I welcome all questions, comments, concerns here. Just put them in the feed there, or just private message me if it's a little bit more personal. Please just private message me. That's fine. I don't promise. I don't promise anymore. I will do my best to address your questions, but I get 15, 20 a day, so I try to answer as many as I can. So just keep those coming. I love you. These are good, beautiful, and sacred questions. And so, the only question that really I can say that won't be answered is the one that you don't ask. So, please feel free. I'm very, very open. So, okay, let's go to September 20th here. Kind of interesting day too. I'm not quite sure what's there, but it was really, really beautiful day to turn to as far as the actual meditation. We're going to read it a couple times, and then we'll kind of break it down from there. From the outside looking in, it sometimes appears that really there's not a lot going on. But once we bring the spirit into this, then anything really just open up, and it's really a journey. So really, what we do here every day is really we take a beautiful journey together. And there's no better way to do this, to take a beautiful journey with this beautiful circle this morning. So it's September 20th. The Great Spirit resides in all living things. Therefore, all living things are sacred. There is no hierarchy of the sacred. We are all equal. Okay, let's just let that marinate for a second. Let's just kind of read that again. Let that absorb. The Great Spirit resides in all living things. Therefore, all living things are sacred. There is no hierarchy of the sacred. We are all equal. Wow. That is first impression. I always like to go with first impression. First impression is medicine wheel full circle. I'm a medicine wheel guy. My teachings come from, a certain teaching of, the medicine wheel full circle. Your basic medicine wheel right here. Thank you, John Koyas. This is his book. We also go over this book quite a bit too. I forgot to mention that, but we're probably not going to do it today. So thank you, John. That's your basic medicine wheel there. So medicine wheel, full circle. Like, how do we get there? How do we understand that? Like, how do we walk that way? Like, how do we understand? And we really, as two-leggeds, really have our spiritual blinders on. That's part of the problem. We are, short-sighted. We don't listen, as like two-legged. We really have a lot of issues going on. We really do. We think we got it together. Just because we have a large, nice house and large bank account, we are out of our freaking minds. I think that's not. That's practical, and I get that. And I'm not suggesting anything else. What I'm saying is what's really, really important is the medicine wheel and the ancient ones told us that real wealth is absolute connection to all things beautiful. That's the deal, and material, not really. Nice cars, nice walks, not really that important. Things come and go, and that's just it. But real connection will stay with us forever, and that's really what resonates. 7 generations from now is if we connect today, we connect to that beauty today. We not only heal the ancestors that have come before us, the ancestral healing and generational trauma, that kind of thing. We also carry that healing to the future generations. So we're really offering, and this is so beautiful, we're really offering, that's our offering to future generations, is our healing. And our healing begins with understanding our connection to all things beautiful. And that's really what today's meditation is really, really talking about. Is, hey, look, full circle. Let's read that again. So, the Great Spirit resides in all living things. Okay, so let's take a look at that first sentence right there. Okay, the Great Spirit implies, I mean, we we're not in we're not in we're not in any sort of spiritual debate here. Religion, that's a place for religion, spiritual debate. What is God? Where is God? All that. We're just gonna move that aside, and we know there's something beautiful out there. And I remember I was sitting here, um, that great love. I call it that great kindness, that great gentleness. Because for me, that defines what I need that to be, and it is everything. It is everything beautiful. So come up with those terms that really kind of fit you, that form fit you, to really have that really close relationship, and know that everything out there is created from the same beautiful source. That great love, that great kindness. I come from a real heavy, violent, background. So, when I was developing my idea of what Creator and the Great Spirit was, there was that traditional, it's everything, it's in everything, and, omnipresent, blah, 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 like all that. But I needed to kind of form fit that for myself. I really needed to be I really needed that to be gentle out there. I really did. I think just listen, man. I just come from a lot of violence and a real just terrible place. And so, part of my thing is just really understand. Hey, look, I understand what that is, but I need to understand, what real nurturing is, and nurturing is absolute connection. And what I found was. Nurturing, I really created gentleness, all those things that really weren't shown me early in life. I really kind of became, because that was like, I'm trying to walk in a good way kind of thing, really be gentle. If you saw me 20 or 30 or 40 years ago, you could see this, hey, this Indian is off the freaking chain type thing, a violence first type thing, fight or flight, and I fought every time, And so now it's really, when I developed that connection, again, that connection was to everything beautiful. Let's just, for me, that's beautiful, that works. So, developing, that gentleness that's out there, and that gentleness is within me. And what really kind of taught me is to, if I want to learn about gentle, I have to be gentle type thing, It's kind of like asking for patience. It's kind of like asking for patience. I remember a couple of times I get real frustrated. I was like, God, just give me patience, And, Creator doesn't give us patience. Creator gives us situations to be patient in, That's not, I stopped asking for patience after that, I mean, I was sitting in traffic on 95 in Miami for 5 hours. We moved 10 feet in 5 hours. So I said, you know what? I got it. I finally got it, gentle, now. Now that I practice being gentle in every situation, I grow with the Spirit. So, anyway, let's get back to the reading. So, the Great Spirit, the great love, the great gentleness, the great kindness, the great courage resides in all living things. What's all? They're talking about referring to all sacred circles type thing. And again, we really have to be mindful that the two-leggeds are one little strand of a beautiful, beautiful circle. One little part of a beautiful, much bigger, the ancestors called it a sacred hoop, whatever works for you. But there's a lot of sacred circles out there, and it's not just, and they're not just the four colors of man, because I know some people ask me, well, there's like India from Indians, and there's Pakistani. No, I'm not talking about that. Those are all two-leggeds. I'm talking about the different nations, everything. The standing people, the winged people, the fish people, even the elements are spirits: fire, water, air, earth. We have to, they are living, breathing elements. They are part of us, and we are a part of them. I spoke about it yesterday in the podcast that there's so many, and I say it a lot here too, just so many beautiful circles that we are completely unaware and really attached to type thing. Again, the winged nations, powerful, powerful. They understand us far more than we understand them. there's an imbalance there, and that goes with every nation. So when we pray for, we create that beautiful connection, but we have to understand that there's a beautiful connection to be had first, you know. So, okay. I think I just got through the first sentence. Okay. So the great spirit, the great love, the great kindness, the great gentleness, the great nurturing, whatever, you can put any one of those at all, as many as you want, as long as it's loving and kind, resides in all living things. Living things, sacred hoops. Therefore, all living things, so all those sacred hoops are sacred. Spirit, great spirit resides in all living things. Therefore, all living things are sacred. I wrote a meme once, and it was just really I was really trying to demonstrate, this point I made a meme that like a little buffalo meme, picture of a buffalo, and the caption said, "I am sacred too, Buffalo Nation." And it got a really good response. Oh yeah, Buffalo Nation, white cat, Buffalo woman, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, you know what, the Eagle Nation, Eagles, we are sacred too, the Eagles, and everybody agreed. Okay, sacred, sacred, yeah. And then I said, okay, the butterflies, I created like 30 of them, they're somewhere out there. I created like 30 of them, but, and they are a reflection of us. But, one of them, probably number 20 was the squirrels. The squirrels are, and, when I did the buffalo, you had like 200 shares, and it was really, and the squirrel didn't have any share. The poor Squirrel Nation didn't have any shares, but the idea was to understand that they are just as sacred as the buffalo, the eagle, all life is sacred. Again, I think I posted it today. There's no hierarchy of life. That's excuse me, that's something from the colonial Western world where, something is like, this is really important here, but down here, this is like, like the bugs, the squirrels, everything down here, whereas man, we are most important up here, and so we're obviously much more important than the Squirrel Nations, and that's so not true, that's so not true. We are part of them, and they are part of us. In a beautiful way, we are part of them, and in a beautiful way, we are part of us. What I do for you, I do for myself. If I pray for you, I pray for myself. If I honor you as sacred, I honor myself as sacred. When I honor the squirrels as sacred, I know I'm sacred, So again, we're talking about that beautiful, beautiful connection, that beautiful power. That power flows when we understand, even if we just say it. I can remember talking to Grandfather Tony early. I said, man, just, Grandfather Tony, it's like 30 years ago. I'm just like, I'm still drinking, I'm just like, not drinking at the ceremony, sober to ceremony. But I'd be like, man, we're still like, still just like that really disconnected, kind of talk, that when we talk a certain way, when we're completely disconnected type thing, And we have a first kind of language, so this is a language. I said, I'm telling you, man, and let's just say, how is a freaking squirrel, how is a squirrel like sacred, I mean, I can see making a medicine bag out of him, blah, 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 and I just carried on. He just kind of looked at me and said, well, when's the last time you prayed for a squirrel? And I'm like, Tony, really? Really, Tony? Really? And he goes, yeah. All things are sacred, and he told me to do it. He told me to pray, to make a list of all those little things that I didn't think didn't matter. And he actually told me for like 2 months to do that. And in the beginning, I said, well, like I looked at a piece of paper, I wrote down, there's a list of things on there, and I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, all right. And in the beginning, I wasn't good at it. By the end of the 2 months, I really was doing it. And it was probably longer than that. It was probably like 2 or 3 months. Could have been 6 months, but, the thing is, this is a practice. The price has to be paid. We have to put some skin in the game, and prayer is putting that skin in the game. And so, what I did, what happened is, at the end of those 6 months or 2 months, with that list, I would sit there. I would include them in my morning prayers. you know. So, and then I felt different about them after I had finished praying for them. And they're still in my prayers, you know. They're still in my prayers. But we change. It's not that they change. When I pray for you, you don't change. When I pray for you, I change. And what that changes, I'm more connected to you. That's the deal. That's the deal. Yeah. And if I'm more connected to you, I'm more connected to myself. And we open up that door, you know, our spiritual vision, you know, gets that much stronger, that much better. So when we do speak, you know, all those things can really hear us and can really resound, become much more gentleness and much more power in everything we say, because we have honored those, you know, those sacred circles too. So, okay, I'm really taking my time. I just love the weekends because I feel like I can kind of take my time, you know. Like I be in like panic mode right now, and like 9:33. I feel like panic mode. Like I gotta get this done. I gotta get the message out there. But now it's like, yeah, all right. Well, we'll take our time, and you know, thank you for your patience out there. You know, I love that. So, okay, so I think we're done the second session right now. 33 minutes into this thing. So, okay, let's just kind of review. The great spirit, the great love, the great passion, the great gentleness resides in all living things. Okay, good. We're good there. Therefore, all living things are sacred. So basically all sacred hoops and everything we pray for are sacred, you know. And I just said a little thing. Let's just, you know, prayer is putting, you know, skin into the game type thing. We got to include those sacred circles in our prayer. And I usually say that every morning. I usually write it down and say, this is a prayer circle. Pray for everything all the time. So, okay. And again, what's really interesting here, there's no hierarchy of the sacred. There's no hierarchy that says, you know, you are sacred. Just like everything else, you are beautiful, you are sacred, and you are enough. Your voice is sacred, you know, and you know who I'm talking to out there. You know, you are beautiful, you are enough, and you are sacred. Spirit just said, you know, everything is sacred, but let's just break that down into, you know, you are beautiful and you are sacred. Your voice is beautiful. The way you walk is beautiful. Maybe the thing that we really need to work on is, you know, that connection to other things that are sacred, so we feel sacred type thing. You know, we're talking about healing here, you know, we're talking about connection. We feel less than when we're not connected to those other sacred circles right there, you know. So those, especially in this climate, you know, the Western world constantly feeds us fear. They have to feed us fear, you know, in order for us to, you know, do whatever they want us to do, you know, buy whatever they want us to buy or something like that. But really, the real power is really connecting to all beautiful things and all beautiful and sacred, even if it's just like, you know, the beautiful songbirds out there in the morning. Go connect to them. Go listen to them. Go make an offering of thank you to them. Go sing with them. Go dance with them. You know, do what you know, this depression, this sadness, this less than, I'm not good enough. It really comes from a place of I'm not connected to really anything. And therefore, I'm not even connected to myself. And there's a great sadness. We live in a time of great sadness right now. You know, that's part of our you know, part of our, you know, kind of the world, the society that we live in says we're just connected to everything. You know, like if you're a Christian, you're over here. You know, like if you're another religion, you're over there. You're over here. You know, if you're not our religion, you're not good enough. You're going, you know, this kind of thing. And just they're constantly telling you, like if you don't fit, you know, ladies, if you don't fit to a size 0, then you know, you're like less than. You know, you're less than. But really, in reality, everything out there looks different, and everything is beautiful. You know, so all of you women out there, you know, are beautiful no matter what you look like. It's just like carrying absolute stunning beauty there. And, you know, the sacred feminine, we really, all of us have to really learn to honor, you know, the sacred feminine also, you know. that's that's kind of that's the deal, and that is a direct medicine wheel teaching right there. I love the medicine wheel. Thank God for the medicine wheel. Really saved my life. Really saved my life. So like if we want to, we want to honor ourselves, and we really want to look for beauty. Sit with those beautiful things, those beautiful circles out there. Take a walk in the woods. Feel that beauty. We feel better when we walk in nature, because we are surrounding ourselves by things that are right and normal and natural, and really doing those things that really that they're supposed to be doing. Trees don't get DUIs, kind of thing. They live in harmony and balance. So guess what? If you live in harmony and balance and know there's natural flow and natural rhythm, we don't do those things. We as two-leggeds, we decide to ignore that, and then we get sad, depressed, all this stuff. And medical world, I'm not suggesting that there isn't there isn't any medical depression out there. There is. There's absolutely. But what I'm suggesting is go out in nature first. Go sing first. Do what the ancestors told us to do. Dance, sing, be among them, connect. Connect to those things. Make beautiful offerings. Pray to them. Just say thank you. We have a symbiotic relationship with the trees. We breathe because they're there. So let's honor that. Huh? Honor that. We honor our mothers gave us life. They gave us life. What's the difference here? They're keeping us alive. Again, we're back to that conversation, that part of the conversation about celebrating life. We come to ceremony for one reason, and that's to celebrate life. That's it. Could be a little bit more after that, but that's right off the rip. That's it. Celebrate life. And the silly two-legs is saying, oh yeah, my life is really important. Yeah, I'm really important, but I'm sad, depressed, lonely, suicidal. I got addiction issues. I got lust issues. I'm doing this. I got gambling issues. I got online shopping and issues now. But everything goes sideways when we're not connected to those beautiful and sacred circles out there. Up there, down there. They're all around us, and really the fact is that they are begging, those other sacred circles are begging for a relationship with us, up to including Creator and Mother Earth. So if you're sad, depressed about other relationships in your life, take a look at that too, but know that you can work on so many other relationships in your life that will help, that will help, that will help, that you connect. So anyway, let's kind of read this again, 940. Again, let's go to, do we put that in the feed? Do we have our beautiful secretary out there? Put that in the feed. Here. Get the sun. The Great Spirit resides in all living things. Therefore, all living things are sacred. There's no hierarchy of the sacred. We are all equal. I didn't cover equal, did I? We, us, this circle, all other sacred circles. Moms, daughters, those sacred circles, sacred feminine, sacred masculine, the tree nations, and again, this is, it's a repeated theme in the medicine wheel that in this sacred hoop, there's no one above us, no one below us, no one in front of us, no one behind us. That's a pretty traditional, thing to say, and so let's start living that way. Let's start, let's bring the medicine wheel into this. Let's start living that way. Let's start praying that way. Let's start walking that way. Let's start mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. I mean, if we leave one of those out, then we're out of balance. So let's kind of take a look at that. So, like, say we want to pray for the world. Okay, good. Well, let's pray for the world. Like emotionally, okay, good. I feel good when I pray for the world. Mentally, it's like, okay, I'm really putting that out there. I'm really focused, really intent mentally. I'm really mentally focused, emotionally. I feel good, when I do that. Again, okay, so say that we pray for Mother Earth. Okay, what does that look like physically? That physically means go out to Mother Earth and say thank you. Sit there, again, make offerings, sit there, make offerings, and of course, spiritually, sit there and pray, Mother. Again, we don't know ourselves until we sit with Mother Earth, and we don't know Mother Earth until we pray with Mother Earth. Tough to sit in a room, praying for Mother Earth, when we're not physically, connected to Mother Earth. I get a house, houses on Mother Earth, but that's not good. You have to be among the trees, the birds, the plants, the sky, everything. Have your feet firmly planted in Mother Earth, for us to get the maximum benefit of, feeling that. So, but, if you can't get there, that's okay. Get there when you can, but pray for Mother Earth, pray for those things that will help you get connected. So, you guys are awesome. Getting a little bit of sunlight here. I'm going to move kind of over here. So, yeah, so, welcome, This is kind of what we do every day. I'm very, very excited, very excited to I have a couple new people out there just kind of joined us. So, welcome to our circle. Very honored to be of service to the circle. Again, if you missed it yesterday, I wrote it twice on my notes. I guess it's important. So, yesterday we had a beautiful podcast with Here's Tom with the Weather podcast. I love the name. They come up with all sorts of names. But it's Medicine Wheel kind of teachings and everything. And it's really not a lead. I didn't really tell my story. It was more like a Q&A about Q&A. And it was a really beautiful journey, powerful journey. We always spoke for another hour after that, another hour after people, there was over 100 people there. They shut it off at 100, by the way, and I didn't know that. And so a lot of people couldn't get in. So if you didn't get in yesterday, Tom or David sent me the link, and it is in both Wayne Snow Group Facebook pages right now. It's in a couple others too, but you'll find them on there. It's called, here's the thing too. Couple of traditionals got a hold of me yesterday and said, well, who's calling who a medicine man here, And I just want to address that too. I called my friend Paul last night, and he said, look, man, we got to be real careful with that, He's like, and I never address myself as, a medicine man. I never do that. They can do that if you want to do that. I'm not saying yes, no, or anything like that. I really don't have an opinion. But the dangerous thing is, with that, and it goes with, ascended master, guru, you're my master, you're my teacher kind of thing. It places me in a different place than you type thing. So we really have to be careful with that. That's why I never use that kind of language, because it creates a separation from me and you. And what I'm trying to do here is to create a beautiful relationship between me and you. That harmony, balance, understanding, respect, honoring, compassion place. But, it's kind of like, it just drives me bananas. It just sounds like, I am the master. You have to listen. I am your teacher. You are my students. You have to listen to everything. And that takes us out of the realm of like our humanness, We're human. We're all human. And let's just start that conversation right there. Right there. I am an ascended master. I did all this. You have to do exactly as I say if you want to be an ascended master. And I'm just like sitting here just thinking about, oh my God, And how many people have we seen that claim to be a guru or a master all of a sudden be very, very human, Very human, they have some sort of like, unfaithful relationship with their partner, they're sleeping with, whoever, anything like that. That's called our humanness right there. So, when we say, and that's why I never say I'm a medicine man. I'm a solo medicine. I'll never say that. If someone else wants to say it, that's fine. But then we have to have this conversation type thing. We have to have this conversation. I'm human. I'm fallible. I'm all those things. I'm sitting in the circle next to you, and I need to remind you that I'm sitting in the circle, next to you. And, oh, Chanel, you're awesome. She's here. I didn't see you all morning. So here, Chanel just put the podcast on the feed here. So thank you. So I really need to address that. I never call myself that. If you want to, that's fine. I'd be really gentle. I really wouldn't even go there. But anyway, I just love you guys, and I say this out of love and really out of humility too, because I can't see you without humility. So anyway, announcements. So we. Sandra Rivers, we have a beautiful book giveaway. The book that we're giving away is Daily Medicine. If you need a book out there, please don't be shy. Please don't think. Tough financial times happen to all of us. I get that. And if things are a little tight, just kind of raise your hand, put it in the feed, or let me know, let one of us know, let Chanel know. Let Chanel know or Sandra know that you need a book, and we will get a book to you. We have, and also to complete the circle, if you can afford one book, we're only asking for one book to kind of share. If you can share one book with one that needs it, in the spirit of we are the medicine, and all medicine is meant to be shared. Please offer that book. Please get with that person. That needs a book, and one can offer up a book. We've had a couple of really superstars out there. Tracy Joseph Crest, he's gone above and beyond. Jim Burns, again, another one, above and beyond, giving these 10 books away each type thing. So let's not take the few, take care of the masses type thing. That's kind of out of balance. So let's just kind of really just offer that. Let's just offer that. So, book giveaway, Healing Women's Daily Medicine Healing Circle, Monday. Chanel, just take it away from here. Healing Circle, Monday, Daily Medicine Healing Circle, Zoom meeting, Monday night, 7:30. Very, very important. The women get together. Women get together, separately, without any male involvement. I started the group and now quickly, stepped away. Spirit shooed me away as quickly as I kind of brought that idea to fruition. And now the women have really have, it's a beautiful, powerful, wonderful women's circle, and they are just doing the deal. I'm so excited for them. I'm so excited about the healing, and Chanel's a big part of that. Sandra Rivers. We have so many beautiful females that are really just part of that beautiful thing. And then we just started our men's healing circle too, Monday night on Zoom at 8:00. So the symmetry is really beautiful. The men will be sitting together, and that's a meeting that I personally run to. Very similar to what we go over here, but the reason why we separate both is because of biology. Men, we change when there's a woman, and our biology changes. We just can't. There's no way to fight it. It just is. There's that, what the clinical world calls transference, and we just change. And women are the same way. They act differently and won't say certain things when men are in the room type thing. So we really have to create that beautiful separation. So thank you, Sandra. Thank you for moderating and hosting. And men, let's do it up, brother. The women are way ahead of us right now. We got some catching up to do. So man, let's get together. Let's get together and let's get together and really do this thing. And let's make this world a better place too. So also, people have been asking me about a YouTube channel. I do have my own YouTube channel, Wayne Williams Snow Group, YouTube. please like and subscribe. And please, if you do get a book from particularly Amazon, this is really like an Amazon kind of thing, please go and write a review. That will help spread the word of people read that, and it helps spread the word and the medicine of of the spirit. Again, it's much more creator success than mine. So and again, let's just thank you. Oh my God, it's been a beautiful morning. Let's, the ceremony begins today. When this ceremony really begins, when the ceremony is over, type thing. Does us really no good if we leave what we are doing here and not take it to the rest of our sacred circles out there. Whether it's church circles, whether it's at a grocery store circle, whether it's buying gas circle, all those things, all those other circles that we are part of, and we have to walk into and walk out of. Let's really be that beacon of light in every circle that we go to. And I just got to know. Oh yeah, prayer ties too. We are going to do Chanel really wants prayer ties. So we are going to go. Kind of forgot to do this morning, Chanel. So my apologies. I did write my notes, but my notes are upstairs. Pre-coffee issue. Pre-coffee sometime. So anyway, we are going to go over prayer ties sooner rather than later. I might even do just a complete separate, teaching on that. So stand by for that. Haven't decided. I guess Chanel will tell me when I'm doing that. I love you, Chanel. She is awesome. And so, again, the power of, ceremony. We are in ceremony now. What we have done now, let's just take a look at that. Like we have a little time. What we have done now has changed the world forever. So it's like a drop of rain changes the world forever. Changes Mother Earth, cleanses, does all that. So let's be mindful of what we've done. It's not just another thing. I'm sitting here waiting for another thing. No, we put our hearts, we put our minds, we put our power, we put our focus into that. That changes the world. We're talking seen and unseen here. So again, this is not just another thing like Wayne's just doing this thing, talking about love and all that, But the real thing is that that ripple effect goes out in all directions, all 7 directions, and we have made this world a better place too. So thank you. Then my deepest love and my deepest thank yous for joining us here. Come back as often as you can. Please, let's make this world an absolutely better place than we found it. That's what we owe the next 7 generations. So. Let's take the Standing People will take us out. This is their song. This isn't my song. This is from the Standing People. The song has already been in and been in there for probably thousands of years. All right. Well, we spent quite a bit of time out here. I love you so much. Please have a great day. I love you. Let's carry this thing for a long time. Let's really just do this, and let's have a great day. I love you. Thank you very much.